Dearly beloved, we have gathered here today to get through this thing called Mix CD. My name is Mike, part of the SPDM crew, and I love making Mix CDs. Each week, we give our guests a theme and an 80-minute time limit for which songs they're going to pick for their Mix CD. This week, I'm going to be talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and specifically the class of 2025. Now, I try not to take too much stock about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because it is rather subjective. But this year, I felt that there were a lot of people that were inducted that I thought was very deserving. And there's a couple people in here that I thought was rather overdue. And I'm a little surprised at some of the people who were just not included or who weren't originally part of it. So, for example, on the performance side, there's Bad Company, Chubby Checker, Cyndi Lauper, Joe Cocker, Outkast, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes. Now, the White Stripes and Outkast, okay, yeah, they're newer. I'm a little surprised Soundgarden wasn't in there already. I'm a little surprised Joe Cocker wasn't in there, and I'm very surprised that Cyndi Lauper wasn't in there already. But they're there now, so I guess that's a nice thing. And then by good measure as well, I did also include the musical influence selections, which is Warren Zevon and Salt and Peppa as well. So here is my list, and I am doing this in Jossomness style. So thanks, Heath, for coining that. So what I did was that I took some of the artists. There were some artists that had multiple songs that I felt would be indicative of this class. And then there are some that I just thought, you know what, one should be plenty sufficient with this. So the four groups that I thought, or the four musicians that I picked multiple songs for, was Bad Company, Cyndi Lauper, Soundgarden, and Outkast. So what I did was that I took one song from each of those, grouped them in three different groups, and then had a Chubby Checker song, White Stripes, and then Joe Cocker one that kind of brackets them, and then the two musical influences one at the very end. So I have here my first group is Bad Company by Bad Company, Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper, Spoon Man by Soundgarden, and Hey Ya by Outkast. So that's the four, those are probably the four songs of theirs that I like the best. And they're four songs that I very much enjoy in different ways. I put The Twist by Chubby Checker because name me another song that Chubby Checker is known for. Go ahead, I'll wait. Exactly. So then my next group is Feel Like Making Love by Bad Company, Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper, Black Hole Sun and Miss Jackson by Outkast. So these are kind of some of the slower songs that I included in this part. Then it's bracketed by the White Stripes, Seven Nation Army. And then these ones are ones that I very much enjoy that I think are a little on the underrated side. So Bad Company, Shooting Star, Cyndi Lauper, True Colors, Outshined by Soundgarden, and Bombs Over Baghdad by Outkast. I ended the first, the primary musical influences one with a little help from my friends by Joe Cocker because it's an amazing song. It's one of my favorite TV theme songs as well. Warren Zevon, the only song of his that I really know and like is Werewolves in London, or Werewolves of London rather. And then I have Shoop by Salt and Pepper in there. This Salt and Pepper was the only one that I think I could have included a couple more songs in there, but for symmetry purposes, I kept it in there. And then as for the album cover, this one's going to be pretty basic because it's going to say Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Class 2025 on it, and that's about it. I may go and do more of these for each of the classes. Yeah, I might do that just so that uh, those are a little bit better represented. Well, my friends, the time has come to end this episode of Mix CD. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Check out our website soon to be out at spdmcrew.com. You could follow our playlist on Spotify and Apple Music at Mike Hilty. Shout out to HiFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you have any marketing, logo, or brand standard needs, contact them at highflyercreative.com. If you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, no matter what happens now, you shouldn't be afraid because I know today has been the most perfect day I've ever seen.